Hello and welcome to this Intermediate Reformer session. So the foot bar is up and we are loading our springs, 2 strong and 1 medium spring. Please make sure the straps are accessible, and we are now going to make everything free. We don't need the foam roller, but we are just going to stand up upright, just at the front of the carriage, feet on the floor, arms reaching up to the sky. Inhale. On your exhalation, you roll your spine down, down, down to full spinal flexion until you reach the shoulder blocks. Inhale, step, and then exhale, roll your spine up, vertebra by vertebra, making sure you keep the front of the hips open up. Exhale, rolling down to full flexion, shoulders are depressed. Inhale, stay and arch slightly your back, and exhale, round your back and stretch legs. Inhale to arch and breathe out, rounding. So it's a kind of cat and cow to stretch and prepare your spine, your shoulders, your knees, your hamstrings. So we are just doing a quick warm-up, lubricating the joints, preparing the mind to work our body, and rising up the body temperature gently. And exhale here, rounding your back and rolling up. Inhale, arms reaching up to the sky. Extend slightly your upper back, inhale. And then exhale, roll down again. Hands to your knees, arching your back and flat back now. And we are now going to mobilize our knee joints, just to lubricate a little bit the knee joints. Trying to keep a neutral spine and focusing on your breath. And exhale, roll up, arms reaching up to the sky. Inhale, hands to namaste, arching slightly the back. And we bring now the right foot on the headrest. The left arm is up. Inhale, elongate spine. Exhale, side bend. 1. Switching arm and reach to opposite side. 2. We switch opposite foot on the headrest. Inhale, right arm is up. Exhale, stabilizing the pelvis over the mobility of the upper body. And again, exhale, opposite direction now, stabilizing the lower body. Great. Let's get ready now to lie down on the carriage. Headrest is adjusted regarding your neck alignment. Make sure your head feels very light. If you feel heaviness on the neck, it means you need to lift up the headrest. Okay, we start with running to pick up the body temperature. So imagine a glass of water on your pelvis and you just breathe for a count of 5 or 4, for example, respecting your rhythm depending on your breath capacity. And for me, it's for a count of 5. So inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5, making sure you are mobilizing your ankle joints, but also the knees and slightly the hips, but the pelvis remains totally still. All right, inhale here and exhale, close carriage. Now we are going to create pulses. So it's an exhale to close, 2 and 3, and inhale, open for 3, and exhale, closing for 3. Now, a quick lower and lift, point, and close the carriage, exhale. Let's turn out our feet, knees and feet in a turn out position. Inhale, press out, exhale to close, pelvis is still neutral, and the pace is pretty quick since we want to warm up the body temperature, but the pelvis is neutral. So try to implement proper breath. Inhaling, pressing out, exhaling to close, Good. Now we are going to turn out to open carriage, turn in to close, turn out, press out, knees inside and outside, and knees inside. So the feet are just slightly, you see, moving to inner rotation and outer rotation. Turn feet in and turn your feet out, knees together and knees away. Gently inhale to press out and exhale to close. And again, stabilizing your pelvis. Good. Now we are going to pulse, pulse, pulse with knees together. Still stabilizing the pelvis over the mobility of the knees. Knees together and out. Closing the carriage fully. Great. Now we are going to remove a medium spring. So now we have 2 strong springs, feet in straps. And we now prepare for frog. So before we practice frog, just a quick leg circle. Quick circle reverse, legs together and down. Legs together and up and open. Circle around and legs up. And press to bring the legs down to diagonal and open. So we do leg circle reverse. So 1 to 1. And then reverse. Legs together and down and open. Legs together and down and lift. Open legs wide and stay. Frog. Transition to frog. Feet into turn out. Legs to diamond shape. Without moving carriage, open legs wide and return to diagonal. Inhale, legs up. Breathe out, legs to diamond shape. Breathe in, legs open straddle. Breathe out, open carriage. Inhale, close carriage. Exhale, diamond shape. Breathe in, straddle legs. Breathe out and diagonal. Please notice that we are always working into a turn out position for this exercise called frog. Pelvis is neutral the whole time. Legs in a turn out position the whole time. Now we reverse. We don't reverse yet, sorry. And press. Now we reverse. That open leg straddle, legs to diamond shape and legs up. Exhale, legs down, down, down. Inhale, open leg straddle and exhale, legs to diamond shape. We always exhale with legs to diamond shape and also with legs to diagonal. So it's easy to remember for you. Inhale, legs up, exhale, legs to diagonal. Inhale, open leg straddle, exhale, legs to diamond shape. Inhale, breathe out, and in, and out, and in. So notice that the pelvis should not move at all, and also the carriage was not moving when we were moving from straddle legs to diamond shape. Okay, transition. Now we are going to switch to a medium and a strong spring to create stretch. So we are going to create stretch with Eve lunge. So keeping the right hip extensors here connecting to open up the front of the right hip. So stabilizing the right leg over the mobility of the left knee and try to keep a neutral spine. Now we switch to opposite leg and we exhale, press out, inhale, in, exhale, inhale. So the mobility here is only on the shoulder joint and also on the foot bar knee, making sure the hip of the carriage leg is really opened. transition to elephant. Inhale to press out and exhale to close. We continue here into round back position. So this is elephant round back. So the key here is to stabilize the upper body and mobilize only from the abdominals. Actually, the hip bones are moving only here, and we try to emphasize on abdominal connection. Make sure you don't shift the weight of the body too much toward the back. Everything is toward the center. Now, knee stretch round back here. Same emphasis, stabilizing upper torso over the mobility of the lower body. It's an exhale to close the carriage, and it's an inhale to press out, and it's quite a quick pace. Making sure you draw the navel toward your spine on every exhalation. Good. Now, one foot at the front, so we are now creating a little bit more tuck on the pelvis. Since the foot is on the base of the carriage, this is facilitating the posterior pelvic tilt. Very good for people with lordosis. And inhale, press out, and exhale, close. Switch to opposite leg. Inhale, press out. Exhale, close. So really trying to tilt the pelvis posteriorly, stabilizing the shoulder joint and contracting the abdominals every time you close the carriage. All right, now we remove the strong spring, so we are going to work with a medium resistance, and we are kneeling on the carriage. Now facing the pulleys, legs into lunge position, and we are now going to connect the left glute, making sure we open up the left hip. So it's a glute connection here, chest expansion, and exhale, pulling the ropes. Inhale, closing carriage, and we continue this flow, working on the posterior deltoids and lats, erector spinae muscles, working also to keep a neutral spine, but also gluteus of the left side. The left glute is working here to really keep the left hip open. Now we are going to create a stretch, so you can keep the ropes in your hands and place the right foot on the floor just in front of the headrest. And now we place the left foot above the foot bar to create even more stretch on your hip joint. It's great to, as you know, I like to create stretch and strength. It's not only about strengthening. Pilates should be also about stretching. Now stretching the right hamstring, just quickly at the beginning of the class, so we don't force at the moment. And we switch now to opposite side. So align your spine, looking for spinal elongation, and breathe out, pulling the ropes, and inhale, closing carriage, and then really keep emphasizing on connecting the right glute. So right hip is long, well opened, and maintain a good rib cage placement. Shoulders remain totally depressed the whole time, really trying to extend the shoulder joint every time you pull the ropes. Good. Let's now position the left foot in front of the carriage and extend the right hip. Hands on the shoulder blocks to extend slightly the back. And we are now placing the foot at the top of the foot bar to create additional stretch. Keep breathing. And stretching the hamstring now of the opposite leg. All right. kneeling position, sideways here, and we pull the rope here with one medium spring. If this is feeling too strong for you, don't hesitate to change the spring. So here the mobility is only on the left shoulder joint here and the elbow. And we, of course, we try not to elevate the shoulder. It's just an abduction, an abduction of the arm. Exhaling to press out, inhaling to close, so the whole body remains completely still, keeping the glutes connected. I like to place my legs into diamond shape when I practice this to create more pelvic stabilization. Now I laterally flex to prepare for semaphore. So flexing my elbow, and it's an inhale to flex and exhale to pull. So we keep really emphasizing on connecting the glutes and abdominals to maintain a good alignment and keep a neutral pelvis. So the mobility is only on the upper spine here. And then we inhale, flex, and exhale, pull. Mobility only on the elbow. Try not to mobilize your shoulder and make sure that the shoulder joint is well hooked into the shoulder socket. All right. And then we return upright, upright. And we switch to opposite side. Pick up the strap, legs to diamond shape, connecting your glutes and abdominals to create good stabilization on the pelvis. Looking for spinal elongation here, so energy on the top of the head. Exhale, pull, pull, pull. Great work for the deltoid and for the rotator cuff muscles. Great. We continue and we keep focusing on our breath. And laterally flex your spine to prepare for semaphore. So imagine your torso in sandwich between two walls, all right? So we are trying to stay in a coronal plane here, really making sure you're not flexing too much forward. Exhale, pull, inhale, flex, elbow. And we continue this flow. Breathing in to flex and breathing out to pull. Feeling your triceps engaging here to extend your elbow joint, but also feeling the obliques. And if you're well aligned, this is how you will feel your oblique. Good. Now we are just returning upright, and we are now going to pick up both, the straps in our hands and feet against the shoulder blocks, and we are preparing for shaving, which is a variation of salute, a little bit more advanced. Make sure you are not popping out your rib cage. So this is the challenge of this exercise here. So the mobility should be only on the elbow joints. Inhale, flex elbows, and exhale, pull. Glutes are connected here. The front of the hips are well opened. Abdominals connected. Glute connection also here. And breathe out. Sweep your arms. Give yourself a good chest stretch. Shoulder and chest stretch. And leave the straps on the floor. And give yourself now a good stretch. We continue with shoulder stretch. So here we open slightly the carriage and we look for spinal extension. Spinal extension, shoulder joint also stretching here. We are inhaling to open, press out the carriage, and exhaling to round the back. Breathing out and breathing in. It's really a feel-good exercise here. I like to do that because I feel that my spine is like breathing. It's actually a great way to prepare your spine for back extension. And then we roll up. Arms reaching up to the sky, we prepare for camel pose. Inhale, return upright, switch arm, and then exhale, extend. Inhale, stay, and exhale, return upright. Now both arms, so reaching hands on the shoulder blocks. Opening the front of the hips, connecting glutes and abs, and then return. Now we sit down to change the springs, and we have now only a strong spring. We are going to prepare for semicircle with one strong spring only. The foot bar is at the top for this semicircle. And we are going to close the carriage into back extension, articulate the spine. So it's all about spinal articulation. Feet are into a turn out position, into Pilates stance. And we exhale, articulate up to shoulder reach and press out. And inhale, bring the pelvis toward the floor. Exhale, up. Inhale, pelvis is down, down, down. And exhale, pelvis is up. And up, inhale, down, and try really to emphasize on gluteus connection here, and also making sure that the rib cage are not popping out. These are really the focus of this exercise: rib cage placement and abdominal connection. And we open the carriage, pelvis is up, exhale. Pelvis is down, inhale. You can do this exercise actually in 4 breaths or in 2 breaths. Here it's an intermediate level, so you can do it in 2 breaths. Now we create pulses, so it's an exhale, close carriage, inhale, open, or you can breathe out, open, close, and breathe in, open, close, but it's important to respect your pace, your rhythm. Open fully, pelvis down and up. Exhale, pelvis up. Inhale, down, exhale, pelvis up. And close carriage. And now we are going to lower the pelvis. Inhale, and bring your hands on the foot bar to give yourself a good hip stretch. So if I would be teaching here, I would place my hands on the thighs just above the knees of my student and give a gentle pressure to create more stretch. It feels really good. And then we open the carriage to, place the hands on the shoulder blocks to pull ourselves back properly on the carriage. And we step out, ready for Mermaid, still with the same spring setup, and rotate. Bending the elbows, we keep the full spinal flexion and rotation. So here it's a rotation and flexion. Now we close the carriage and it's now becoming a rotation and extension. The mobility is only on the shoulder joint. Try not to move your elbows, just move only from the elbows. And now moving from the spine to come back upright. Switching arm, inhale, exhale, reach toward the shoulder blocks and come back upright. Opposite direction. Before opposite direction, let's do a little gentle stretch. So laterally flexing on semi-split. Let's turn around now and prepare with leg into letter Z for Mermaid, and exhale, pressing the carriage out and rotation. Good. Now we mobilize only the elbows, and it's an exhale to press out and press out. Stay. And now articulate from head to tailbone to close the carriage, and mobilize only from the shoulder joint. Inhale, press out. Exhale, close carriage. And again, rounding the back, laterally flex and return upright. Right arm is up. Exhale, side bend. In, and we stretch 4 times. And then we return upright, and we stretch now the right leg. So the leg is on the wooden platform, and just gentle stretches now here. Always exhale when you deepen your stretches. Let's pick up the box. We are now going to work with the long box. Foot bar is low down. And we lie down, lie prone on the box, and pick up the straps. You fold the straps, and you align your body to long line. Inhale up to long line, and extend. Exhale, 1. Inhale, open arms wide, and exhale, pull. So this is T-press on the long box. We try to maintain the upper torso into extended position. Glutes are connected here, but also abdominals and erector spinae muscles working to extend your upper back. So careful not to lift your legs too high, especially if you have a lordosis on the lower back, or if you have tension on the lower back. That could create tension on the lower back. So make sure you respect also here your rhythm. And then exhale, rest. Transition to Cobra, extending even more. And we are now ready for swimming. Inhale, let's go up to long line, and exhale, extend, and reciprocally moving arms and legs. So right arm is up, left leg is up, and switch. So trying here to really stabilize your torso over the mobility of the limbs. Inhale for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5. When you finish, you inhale and stay into long line, and then exhale, you rest. And you move on the box, kneeling on the box to child pose, and breathe. So even when you are into child pose, you can apply your Pilates breathing technique here. All right, we step out and we just place one foot on the headrest. And again, here we are going to stretch the hip. So in this class, we are stretching quite a lot the hips. And now we again sit down on the heel and stretch the hamstring of the opposite leg. Breathing. So careful not to sit too much at the back. Don't fall. And opposite side. Opposite foot on the headrest. And stretching the opposite hip. Extending the upper back. it's always good to stretch our hips since we all spend so much time sitting, computer or whatever. So it's always good to stretch our hips. Working the hips is very important for everybody. Good, so we are now stepping out and sitting now on the headrest to extend the upper back, and it's really a feeling good exercise here. It's a stretch. It's really feeling good to open the front of your chest, so broadening the chest, opening the shoulders. Just feel comfortable to move how you feel good too, but really a great way to open, your chest, your shoulders, and you can hold the back of the box to deepen the stretch on your shoulders. I like to finish my classes always with stretches. It's important to implement stretches in your class. Not only strengthening is important, but just remember that stretching is also very important. All right, so this is the end of the class. Thank you very much for watching me, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time for another sequence. Goodbye.